So apparently what happened is they had round 1 on the freeway, round 2 in the Home Depot parking lot, and then round 3 back on the freeway where apparently went to decision because the cops, the cops stopped it. So this sheriff, a woman from the sheriff's department, comes up to me and says, so what'd you see? I was like, I didn't see what happened. I was coming in and this like later model like Chevy, it was pretty beat up, big rust spot.
Had a bunch of dents in it for some reason.
Yeah. I think it was blue. It had a big rust spot. It came barreling around the corner on that street back there and took off. And as I'm talking to her, another guy from the sheriff's department comes in and leans in and goes, we got them both in custody on the next exit up. And I was like, okay, well, I'm done here. And I'm just sitting there, and she closes her little notebook, and she's just standing by me. And I say, this whole thing took place within like 10 minutes for when the thing happened, and now both of them are in custody right up the freeway. I say, like, man, that was quick. And this is the part that stood out to me. And she goes, she's not even looking at me. She said, yeah, we got them on all the cameras. And she did this like lasso motion with her finger, like not on the camera,
right,
but all the cameras.
Plural.
And so I went like, huh, interesting. Because I'm thinking about the duration for which this incident took place. I was like, there was the incident, and then the cops show up. They call dispatch, who has access to some kind of data. That information comes back to them like, these are the 2 cars you're looking for. And because there's cops everywhere, they're in custody within, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty insane to think about.
Yes.
Now, we always assume that the totalitarian surveillance state is on steroids. And we like to make fun of places like London and China.
Singapore.
I was just like, is there really much difference? Like, it's pretty wild, like, how fast like this all happened.
We're already there.
Yes.
A lot like that article that I was talking about last week. Like maybe we're actually
this
already
is what
there.
got me thinking about everything, because people like Catherine Austin Fitts were like, we're not telling you what's coming, we're telling you where you are right now. And for some reason, in right to privacy, liberty loving America, we always think like it's not that bad here, when it totally is. We just take I would urge everyone to do this. Next time you're out in public, just look around, like look up. Just take note of like how many cameras you see all over the place.
Yeah, wear a mask. But yes, definitely look up.
Or those glasses you got.
Yes, which I'm wishing I had on right now. It's making me very nervous talking about this.
So you brought up, this made me think of the Super Bowl commercial with the new Ring doorbell camera that has facial recognition that can only find lost puppies.
Of course, yes. Nothing else. It's programmed to only look at lost puppies. It will not look at people or license plates.
Yes.
Yeah, so it won't analyze your gait, for example. Not your front gate.
Yeah.
Your walking gate.
Yes. Like such as how they found the J6 pipe bomber, which just got memory hold. Like, we got the guy. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, no shit. God, that one slipped right past us.
Okay, so let's deviate for a second. I was thinking about the way, because I've been talking about the Epstein files with everyone that I run into. By the way, we went shooting the other day.
Yeah.
And we had people there we didn't know.
Yes.
And so it's 9 a.m.
Yes.
We were out of our truck for like 2 minutes.
Correct.
And someone's talking about like, well, if you have this on your pistol, that'd make it technically illegal. And you just blurted out like, well, you can still fuck kids though, apparently. These guys that we didn't know, there's like, I was like, whoa, good morning.
It was a hot topic at the time. I don't know. That's all I could think about was the fucking warmongering pedophiles that are lording over us.
So I've been talking about this with a lot of people who haven't been following this for 7 years. We were talking about the people that were kind of ridiculing us 6-7 years ago for talking about it are now like, oh, they've even had people saying like, I did laugh at you back then, but yeah, you weren't crazy, and turned out to all be true. So it got me thinking that there is a relationship that people have with news, mainstream media. Now, part of this, on one end, let's just say it's like a spectrum, but on one end, people have a very passive relationship with the news. They just take it in. It doesn't get past that cognitive firewall that we've talked about, and it just bounces back out on Facebook or family dinner or whatever. And there's people that have a more interactive relationship with taking in information and whatever narrative that's being espoused out there. And those people tend to ask questions, don't take everything at face value. They critically think about things, you know what I mean? And then on the far end, I think you and I are in this category. There's people that have a completely adversarial relationship with the news, where basically, and this is almost like it is a bias. I'm like, this is all bullshit, and they're lying, and we're going to take it from there. And from there, I'll take the narrative, and doing your own research. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay. It used to be
Also
called reading.
Reading.
Yeah, reading. And you go like, okay, I'm going to take what they're telling me and just basically dismantle it and take it apart. And these are the people that tend to, the people on the passive end of this spectrum just blurt the information back out. Don't read the article. You've seen those studies on like Facebook, the amount of people that share headlines or an article on social media, and they can track, going back to surveillance state, whether you actually read the article or not. And it's like 86% of these people never actually read the article. They're just like, that's the headline I agree with, and they put it back out there. Now, if you have this adversarial relationship or even an interactive one, you tend to read every single word. Now, this has become like a hobby of mine where I'll go to like NBC or Yahoo News or whatever. I don't even care what the subject is, and I'll just read every single word, every single paragraph. Read a paragraph, stop and think. I'm like, I think that's bullshit. It's like they just contradicted themselves. Like,
yeah, or why did they choose that word? That was deliberate.
Yeah, and the best example we had is the funnest one we did is when we took Katy Perry's Mission to Space and we just dismantled the entire article, like paragraph by paragraph. Like, after the article, it's like, okay, for this entire article, is there a single paragraph in here, entire paragraph, that is factually correct? And we're like, no.
Right.
Which was super fun to do. Some people like to watch sports. This is what I like to do.
And you're one of them. That is your sport.
So one of these, when you read like entire articles and then you look at, you're utilizing your pattern recognition and your track record, you compare it to like, okay, what was this same platform saying about this before? You know what I mean? And it's funny because like things that'll just they'll kind of mention it in passing, seems like a benign detail. And it'll like, when you're paying attention to every word, it like catches your attention. Like, wait a second, like what was that right there? And so we were making fun of people because the Epstein thing is big for us, and media just doesn't really seem interested in covering it, which I find really interesting.
No media, no mainstream media, no corporate
not
media.
Right, not left. No
Fox News,
no corporate
crickets.
media. Yeah. And the reason for that is because everyone's on the list, right and left. So now what was being covered in the news, wall to wall, on every platform, both right and left, was the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie.
Yes.
Which they were talking about this crazy complex heist where this criminal mastermind kidnapped an 83-year-old woman who was living alone.
Right.
And there are no new details in the case, yet they still feel compelled. That's like, it's a chosen narrative. It's like, this is what you guys are supposed to be talking about, not this. The people running the world being into kid fucking.
Yes.
So, and it being all the Democrats and Republicans on that list. Hence, you question the two-party narrative. Like, we can't have that. We're talking about Nancy Guthrie. Now, to go back to the surveillance state, they said they couldn't figure out, they had no clues of who kidnapped this 83-year-old woman because they didn't have any video footage of her. Now, she had a ring, I believe it was a Nest. Doorbell.
Was it not working at the time?
It was not working.
Did she have two security guards at her front door that fell asleep?
No, she had a security camera, but she had stopped paying her subscription and the camera was off. Mm-hmm. And
so that's all you have to do to turn your Nest camera off? Just don't pay your subscription, and then we're not going to be filming the streets looking for stray dogs and cats if you haven't paid your subscription.
One would think. And so now this is like, you read paragraph 7, like a week later, they're like, we're able to obtain footage of the criminal using the camera. And I'm like, I think you said the camera was off. And Cash, trust me, bro, Patel says like, well, no, we utilize a technique called back-end residual data where we are able to go and retrieve footage of him. I'm like,
because the camera was on. Let's just be, that's what we're talking about here, right?
it's the camera being on.
Okay, thank you.
And it just made me think like, it's so much worse. We think, you know, our privacy, people are on the cliff, the privacy is the sand on the beach and the waves like scraping a little bit every time.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's a D9 front loader working 24/7 and just dumping it to make a man-made island where Halcyon Ridge will be built where we can control the weather or whatever, or have some pedophile island. But it's funny to read that stuff. It's like, that's kind of the main point. Is what I see is like the most significant detail of this entire story.
Yeah.
I was like, so all these cameras, your computer's off, your phone's off. It's like, it's still recording every single thing you do.